It's Larry Andrews again, and we're going to do some real riding again. I live somewhere in Glendale. I have to be in Santa Monica on 4th Street for a screening of my movie Midnight at the Limbo Lounge, at the Illusion Magic Lounge on 4th Street. And I need to be there by 5:30. It's 5 to 5. Can't do that in a car, but you can with real riding on my Yamaha Royal Star Adventure. So, let's see what happens. So again, I'm gonna reiterate, when I say real riding, I'm talking about on the street, on the freeway, in traffic, doing daily riding like we do every day. Not, you know, riding hard on the chop, brother. Gonna get out and experience some freedom, wind in my hair and all that. Yeah. No. Or the other guys, hey bro, you know, gonna drag our knees and carve the canyons, you know, because that's real riding, you know? No. Quite honestly, anyone can do that. Anyone can ride a motorcycle fast in a straight line when there's no cars around. Okay? Plain and simple. Anybody can bomb up and down the boulevards and just ride like an idiot. Anyone can do that. I've been riding in LA traffic for over almost 20 years in this kind of stuff. Now this is sped up. I sped it up because it was a little boring and I didn't want to bore you people with it because it's not all that much traffic. This is on the 134 heading toward the 5 South. And it's pretty wide open. It's not terrible. And I'm not riding that fast. This is sped up. I'll say it one last time. And again, anybody that's out of California, or even people in California, because a lot of people that live here don't know what the actual laws are. We're allowed to lane split. We can split lanes. We're allowed to split lanes. I'm going to repeat, we are allowed to split lanes. Lane splitting is legal in California, so just stop. And I don't care if you know, jump up and down. Oh, it's dangerous, you shouldn't do it. Oh no, oh, it's stupid. You're gonna kill yourself. I reiterate, 20 years riding in LA traffic, I'm still here. And I'm on a pretty big bike. And then there's all those people that are like, oh, my bike's too big to split lanes on, man, you know? No, it's not. This motorcycle that I'm on now is bigger than a Road King, which is your standard unit of measure for a Harley Davidson, people. There's the Road King. That's their standard thing. Now, there's also the Ultra Classic, which is more along the lines of what I'm on now. My Royal Star Adventure and the Ultra Classic are kind of apples to apples, but the Ultra Classic's not that big. Ultra Classic is actually a pretty small motorcycle compared to the Royal Star. And I can already hear the Harley brethren jumping up and down on that one. Oh, Ultra Classic's the biggest and the best touring bike ever built, brother. No. Biggest and the best touring bike ever built is the Honda Goldwing. It's always been the mark, the thing to beat, always. Harley tried to beat it with their Ultra Classic. Goldwing's always been the one to beat for touring, period. And that's a pretty big motorcycle. That's actually a little bit bigger than what I'm riding. And those guys split lanes in LA traffic. Because we know how to ride. And again, I sped this up a little bit so you didn't have to be totally bored. This is the 5 South. We're coming up on the 110. And the 110 freeway was actually the oldest stretch of freeway in the country north of this, where they call it the Arroyo Seco Parkway, where it goes up into Pasadena. And here's what it looks like behind me. I like these 360 cameras. You can change the view. You got to do it all in editing, which takes some time, but it's cool. It's not a big deal. Now we're coming up on where the 5 actually touches the 110. And this is actually on a Thursday afternoon. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, because we're heading west. We're heading in a westerly direction. So right now I'm getting onto the 110 south, and this is the feeder road from the 5 to the 110, right where it hits downtown. And it's not that bad. It's usually way more crowded than this. But as you'll see in a moment or two, it's going to get really crowded. And again, it's still technically light compared to like a morning commute. This is not as bad as it could be. And yes, you're hearing a lot of background noise, a lot of wind noise. But what you're not hearing is my motor. Motorcycle's dead quiet. This thing is probably the quietest big bike I've ever ridden. I've owned 5 of these. This one's got 100,000 miles on it. This is the one I've kept all these years. Since 2010, I bought it new. And before 2010, I owned 2. This was the 3rd, and there were 2 more after. One of them was added to this, and then there was another one after that one. I ride a lot. I haven't owned a car in Los Angeles for 20 years. My very first motorcycle was a Royal Star Tour Classic that I bought in 04. It was a 96, had 7,000 miles on it. In less than 2 years, I ran it up to 80,000 miles and sold it for what I paid for it, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, Yamaha Royal Star Venture has always been my favorite bike. It's always been the most comfortable. I compare every motorcycle I get to this thing. It's smooth. It's a V4. It's very smooth. It's carbureted, but it's smooth. And it's almost dead quiet. You really don't hear the engine at all when you're moving. And again, there's all these guys out there that, loud pipes save lives, brother. You gotta have loud pipes. Let them hear you coming, brother. No. I'm quiet. Very rarely do I have a problem. I don't rev bomb. I don't ever have to, because it's a big motorcycle. And when I'm in traffic like this, I have 4-way flashers. So right now I'm running the 4-way flashers, and I'm getting through, no real issue. I don't rev bomb. I don't make a ton of noise. I'm generally past them before they even know I'm there, so they can't do anything stupid. Because the second they realize I'm there, I'm already past them. So we're doing a little bit of a reverse angle on the view here so you can see what's happening behind me. This is where it's got a little packed, so yeah. There we go, that guy. That guy in that white car kept creeping over into me and I couldn't go anywhere. Which happens occasionally. You let it go. Give them a little tap on their car, go, hey, what are you doing? And you get on with your day. I generally don't punch mirrors or stuff like that. Because for the most part, most California drivers that have, lived here long enough that know what we're doing is legal. Lane splitting is legal in California, and there's laws that are surrounding that. They move out of the way. Even when it's this packed, they still move out of the way. And there's lovely downtown Los Angeles off to the side there. And I don't know if you hear it, but I hear it. And we're coming up. There's a bus up ahead. But I hear something behind me. There's my engine. First time you heard my motor. And then I see him behind me. Now this is the 110 cutting through downtown, so I'm getting out of the way. I'm coming up on the 10 freeway. But what I heard behind me, and it makes no sense because nobody else pays attention, from one of the Loud Pipe Saves Lives guys. Now I saw him before I heard him because I use my mirrors and I watch, but listen to that. He's rev bombing. All he's doing is pissing the people around him off. Pointless. I didn't have to rev bomb once. Because people don't respond to that. People respond to that by freaking out and actually getting right in your way because they don't know where your noise is coming from. So here I am now. I'm getting off the 110. There he is still. It's one of the Harley brothers. That's right, brother. On a Dyna, brother. And he's still rev bombing, which is the dumbest thing ever. I'm not sure who was honking, to be honest. But there it is. Lovely downtown Los Angeles. And this is light traffic. Again, I'm gonna reiterate, this is light traffic. This is not heavy traffic by any stretch of the imagination. So here we go. I'm getting off the 110. About to get onto the 10. Just want to give you a look at what happens behind us when we're splitting lanes. And it looks like we're going to hit them, right? It looks like we're going to run right into these people, but I've been doing this a really long time. I know I can make it, and if I can't make it, a little honk, wave to them, say, hey, we're here. But generally I don't get into that because I don't have to. Even when it gets tight like it is right here. Tesla looked like he was going to move over. I saw his tires turn, so I got out of his way, and then I guess he decided not to change those lanes. So that's the thing, people don't understand. When you're riding, real riding is I'm looking at the guys in front of me, and I'm looking at the people 2 to 3 to 4 cars in front of them. I'm looking at their tires. I sped it up because there isn't much going on here. This is the connector from the 110 south to the 10 west. But when you're going to split lanes and you're going to ride in traffic, You're not looking at the car in front of you. You're looking at the car 4 cars ahead of you. You know, there's a saying, don't look where you want to go, not where you are going. So, for instance, that guy, I'm not looking at that guy because that's not where I want to go. I want to go where that guy is. I don't know if you understand that or not, but don't look where you're going. Look where you want to go. Don't look at the obstruction. Look around it or through it. So I sped this whole point up. And for some reason, again, this is a new camera setup. The extended selfie stick decided to fall down. So it's a little low now, but you can still see what's going on. And again, this is the 10 freeway heading west. Even for a Thursday afternoon, this is relatively light traffic. The other side's really bad. And if this was actual rush hour time, there wouldn't be this much open road here at all. It would be wall-to-wall cars. I've been around the country. I've been through some pretty congested places. Nothing's like Los Angeles. There is always traffic in Los Angeles. Always. Roads are like never empty. And we're just cruising along, heading to Santa Monica to the Illusions Magic Lounge, which is actually a pretty cool little place. For the Amore Film Festival that my film Midnight at the Limbo Lounge is being shown. I'm an actor. I do actor stuff. I wrote a movie, produced the movie, got the movie out, and it's been playing in, so far it's played at 4 film festivals, and I've got 2 more definites coming up. And we're just waiting to see if it's going to get accepted to the other ones we submitted to. And so far, I've won 3 awards. I won Best Horror Film at the Leomark Film Festival. And this film festival that I'm heading to now, by the time you see this, will be over. One of my supporting actors won Best Actor, which is kind of interesting because there was a lot of movies in this film festival. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good people. He won Best Actor, and we also won Best Makeup, which is pretty cool. So here we are getting off the 10 West, getting into 4th Street in Santa Monica. And this is where it gets a little more crowded again, so I slowed it down so you can see what it takes to do what we do. You say thank you to people, get out of your way. But again, this is the kind of stuff, I guess people think this is boring because there are nobody that I see motorcycle people on YouTube showing any of this. They all show wacky stuff, really wacky stuff. You know, oh, look at me, I'm on the freeway. Oh, look at me, I'm carving the canyon. Oh, look at me, I'm at a rally. Oh, look at me, I'm at a bike shop. Yeah, okay, that's nice. But when you're a motorcycle rider and you live in a city that is nothing but traffic and super congested, this is skill. This is what I consider real riding. And not everybody can do this. I've actually taught people how to lane split safely. But a lot of them just don't know how. Anybody can go straight in a rush. Anyone can ride a motorcycle fast in a straight line. Anyone. Let's see you get on the road and go over the Rocky Mountains in a hailstorm without killing yourself. A lot of people can't because they only ride when it's nice out. They only ride when it's sunny out. They ride because, ooh, freedom of the road, I get the wind in my hair. They don't actually practice their skills. It's a hobby. For me, it's not a hobby. And here we are at the destination. I'm parking. And hey, thank you for riding along with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good day. Kicked my saddlebag. It happens. I hope you have a good day and a better tomorrow. And thank you. We will see you again.
And that is that. A little later than I thought. It's 5:35 instead of 5:30. And that, my friends, is real riding. Stop recording.